Tonight at 6, President Biden speaks to China's president since the war in Ukraine started, what he tells their president and what he would do if they get involved. Plus, with COVID restrictions coming down as less cases are being reported, one woman saying she still does not feel safe.
Covering the Triad and beyond, this is ABC 45 News at 6.
It's great to have you with us on this Friday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Camilla Rambaldi. We will get to those stories in just a moment, but first, here's Jonathan with your no-wait weather and more on your weekend forecast. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Camilla, things are looking pretty good for us right now. We have seen clouds increasing throughout the day, but it has been a very warm afternoon. Highs today into the low to mid 70s. Now, we have had a cluster of showers and storms down to the south, and that's where that mainly has been throughout the day. This evening, though, we've kind of got a few passing light showers that are trickling in from the west. Most of this is kind of falling apart, but as you work your way through the rest of the evening, a passing shower or two will be possible. Temperatures right now into the low 70s, back into the mountains, we're into the 50s. A passing shower or two, otherwise cloudy skies. It'll be breezy out there, and then as we head through the overnight period into tomorrow morning, a passing shower or even storm will be possible. Much more in your weekend forecast here in just a few minutes.
Jonathan, thanks so much. During a nearly 2-hour video call this morning with the Chinese president, President Biden describing the implications and consequences for China if it provides assistance to Russia. National correspondent Atra El-Nashar has a closer look at how China may turn into a major player as tensions get worse.
A clear warning from the U.S. to China. Help Russia and there will be consequences.
And we're concerned that they're considering directly assisting Russia.
Chinese President Xi Jinping attempting to appear neutral, refusing to call Russia's war in Ukraine an invasion, but at the same time telling President Biden the Ukraine crisis is not something we want to see. It's a test of Xi's friendship with Russian President Vladimir Putin, one they've said has no limits. A few years ago, Xi even gave Putin this first-of-its-kind Chinese Friendship Medal. Both leaders oppose NATO expansion and have an authoritarian grip on their respective countries. Xi likely balancing ideological and economic interests.
China will bear responsibility for any actions it takes to support Russia's aggression, and we will not hesitate to impose costs.
Risks of being cut off from American and European economies as China goes through another round of COVID lockdowns, dealing a separate blow to their economy.
But China has some leverage here, too, as one of the top providers of goods to the United States. So there are fears China would retaliate if the U.S. hits them with tough sanctions for helping Russia. This former Department of Defense official describes it as mutually assured economic destruction.
China will make it clear that they are not Russia and that they can hurt U.S. companies, U.S. investors and consumers.
It's also possible China may take advantage of the rift between Russia and the West by buying more Russian oil with its own currency instead of dollars, as China strives to make the yuan a global trade currency. The Wall Street Journal editorial board writes, this conflict gives Beijing a new opportunity to put itself forward as the leader of a global faction hostile to democracy, economic freedom, and U.S. leadership. The U.S. and allies holding out hope China doesn't make that gamble.
China needs to stand on the right side of history.
Standing by, ready to act if they don't. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar reporting.
Meanwhile, closer to home, a follow-up to a story we first brought to you earlier this week. Manna Church in High Point continues to receive more donations than expected as they continue their efforts to help those in need in Ukraine. ABC 45's Sarah Mastori has more from the pastor who's been coordinating all of those efforts.
5 o'clock in the morning, I finally go home to get some sleep today. It's been a long day.
That's Igor Ivanishin, a Lviv church pastor that local pastor Jeff Bullock helped start. He's been spending night and day helping refugees get around and giving them a place to stay.
I just promised some people who contacted me online that I will take them home to stay with us for the night.
We've purchased at least 5 vans with the monies that have been given, not just from us, but all over the country. And those vans are being used to transport refugees from the east, incrementally west, transporting many refugees into Poland and then on to other places.
The vans are loaded with food, medical supplies, clothing, candy, and even toys for children. But there's even more aid coming to those who are seeking refuge in Lviv.
We have about 6 or 7 churches throughout Ukraine. Those who have grown and have facilities are housing refugees.
Pastor Bullock says he started with $10,000. Now that's up to roughly $25,000. But he aims to hit even bigger goals as the need for assistance grows.
Blown away since you did this first media story for us. People have responded with incredible generosity. We have some people wanting to give us stock.
The faith leader says he also wants to work with young church leaders at another worship center that he operates in Poland to find temporary housing for refugees until the war is over.
They're also housing people in their homes. We don't have a facility there, but the facility they were using, I mean, everybody, I was told there are no more beds in Krakow.
He says his church in Lviv and Chernobyl have been housing hundreds of refugees at a time who wait until it's safe to leave.
The word is really spread. It's from LA to Colorado to Florida to North Carolina, Virginia, all over the country. This unjust and unnecessary war has won the hearts of not just Americans, but the entire world.
But Pastor Bullock says it's not just big organizations and cities that have the potential. He says even small cities like High Point are making huge impacts.
It's not just changing lives, it's saving lives. And so that's what's happening right here from High Point.
You can go to abc45.com for details on how you can help donate through Manna Church to help Ukraine. Reporting in High Point, I'm Sarah Mastori, ABC 45 News.
Taking a look now at the latest COVID-19 data across North Carolina. The state is reporting tonight 1,700 new cases. More than 700 people are currently hospitalized with COVID, and now 72% of the eligible population is fully vaccinated. To see a breakdown of the numbers for your county, you can just log on to abc45.com. Health and state leaders say we are shifting to a time where we can take a more personalized approach assessing our own risks in a situation and protecting ourselves accordingly. But as ABC 45's Cassie Sherm reports, some people who are immunocompromised feel they don't have a choice.
It's Nellie Alvarado's new normal in a room full of maskless faces. She'll keep hers on.
It's still very hard for me because I still have to protect myself.
She has sickle cell anemia and pulmonary hypertension, putting her at high risk. She spent the bulk of the last 2 years in her house, making it a movie theater, yoga, or cycling studio. So while the rest of the world tries to move on, she says it's not safe to let her guard down just yet.
If you want to be in my home without a mask, then you need to be tested. And if we are to eat or spend some time in the same space, it's a test.
Alvarado relies on oxygen, and she went to a restaurant for the first time this past weekend and says most people aren't wearing masks. It's been 18 days since the mask mandates were dropped here in Winston-Salem.
And I know that there is a sense of, yes, this is finally coming to an end. But now I feel that it is more riskier for me to be out because there is no protection. So my protection against others, yes, I'm protecting myself, but at the same time, it's still it's a nervous feeling.
Alvarado is asking the community to be mindful of others who may not be as comfortable moving forward just yet. In Winston-Salem, I'm Cassie Sherm, ABC 45 News.
Greensboro police are investigating an overnight shooting. Investigators say it happened just after midnight on Keldon Drive. When officers arrived on scene, they found one person suffering from a gunshot wound. Police say that victim was taken to the hospital and at last check was listed in stable condition. Right now, police say they don't have any information on a possible suspect. If you know anything, give police a call. Smiles all around today at the Wake Forest School of Medicine in Winston-Salem as fourth-year medical students found out where they will spend their residency. More than 130 students received sealed envelopes showing them their match. Students will spend the next 3 to 7 years in residency training. Lauren West Livingston was among those in that group. She already has 4 degrees, a spouse, a child, and another child due next month. She says she got her #1 choice.
So I kind of knew what the format of the letter would be like, so I was like scanning for the information I wanted to see, and I saw Duke and vascular surgery, and I was like, okay. And I made sure my name was at the top to make sure it was for me, and I was really happy.
This was the school's first traditional match day since 2019. Students will receive their medical degrees in May. A lot of congratulations there. Still ahead, one woman's journey from inmate to executive director. We take a closer look at the challenges she has had to face and how she's now giving back.
You're watching ABC 45 News at 6.
Imagine paying $10 for soap behind bars to then making bars of soap for $15 an hour upon release. ABC 45's Camille Gale introduces us to one triad woman who is the definition of paying it forward, setting formerly incarcerated women up for success.
Pay It Forward, sponsored by the Greensboro Science Center.
I was in a relationship with I call him my abuser, and I just continued to follow him, and it took me down a very crazy road, somewhere where I shouldn't have ever been at to begin with.
A road that would lead to 17 months and 3 weeks in a North Carolina prison.
I'm lucky and grateful that I was able to see the light and that I would receive grace enough to even through all my craziness, I still was able to receive yet again another second chance.
That second chance is a nonprofit organization known as Benevolence Farm. Their goal is to provide transitional housing and employment for recently incarcerated women.
The rate of incarceration of women has risen 800% since the war on drugs in the 80s started, and yet the lack of comparable reentry services for women that were gender informed and gender responsive was practically non-existent, especially in rural communities.
In May of 2020, Katie Anderson walked out of prison doors and onto the soil of Benevolence Farm. In just 2 short years, Anderson went from a resident to a staff member and now the project manager of the farm's second location.
My children have me back in their lives, and that's the only thing I pray for forever. And benevolence is the only reason that that's able to happen. So,
making her our Pay It Forward recipient of the month. Katie. Hi, Katie. I'm Camille with ABC 45 News. How are you? Very nice to meet you. I'm here to congratulate you on being our Pay It Forward recipient of the month. Pay It Forward is a monthly segment that highlights people who do an amazing work in the community. We learned about your job here at Benevolence Farm, and you're the definition of Pay It Forward. You used to be a resident, now you're a staff member, and you're doing great things. So we want to congratulate you. You're very welcome.
You didn't tell me that.
How do you feel?
A little overwhelmed right now. Hi.
How do you feel overwhelmed?
Oh, wow. Because I did not expect this at all. I did not. I just truly just want to help somebody else.
She is always thinking about giving back and never complains, and it's just always like, I'm going to figure this out and I'm going to get resources for people and make sure nobody goes through the experience that I had. So she's always been an initiative taker and go-getter from the beginning.
Kristen Powers is the executive director at Benevolence Farm. She says women like Katie are the example of how successful the farm's program is when meeting basic needs.
When you think of hierarchy of needs, if you don't have a place to stay and you're thinking about that 24/7 or trying to find your next meal, that's not safe for you, and that's not safe for the community, and it's not going to improve anyone's lives.
She says they hope their program can continue to inspire county and state governments of where to invest funds.
So this really should be a community interest because that has ripple effects throughout. So if we're addressing people's basic needs now, whether they're incarcerated or not, that's going to make all of us safer and all our communities better.
And we want you to pay it forward, Piedmont. If you know someone who's doing a great work in the community, go ahead and nominate them. Just send an email to news@abc45.com. In the studio, Camille Gale, ABC 45 News.
Amazing story, Camille. Thank you so much. Still ahead, history is about to be made at the Capitol, but what challenges will the first Black woman in the Supreme Court face before she takes her seat?
Well, it's that time of the year. Spring officially arrives on Sunday, and our pollen count is going to remain fairly high. Warm weather and even some storm chances on the way. Your full forecast coming up next.